Lateral violence has been called a form of bullying. It has also been called lateral oppression. It has been described as harmful behaviors that we do to each other as part of an already marginalized group. It can happen within our families, our tribes, organizations, and our communities. In Native communities, we acknowledge lateral violence is rooted in historical and everyday trauma. Now look at the opposite end of the spectrum and look at how we define lateral goodness or being a good relative.
I think being a good relative is very easy. You just listen very carefully to the people that come to you and you give them back love. So listen and love. That was seated in me from my grandmothers who always listened, always had time. I can still see her drying her hands off on her apron and sitting down to listen to me. And my mother was in boarding school, my father was in boarding school as well. And so that was a hard thing for them because they didn't get what I did from my grandmothers. And so they had to learn that, and my sister and I taught them how to hug.
I think the term that comes to my mind is unconditional regard. You treat people non-judgmental, supportive. You don't try to figure out their problems for them, but you let them know you're there to understand and support. Okay, so being in education, working with youth, we're all human, and they come to school, you don't know what they went through the night before, and they came in and they might have a bad day and mouth off or even cuss you out and leave the room. But the next day you smile, you make eye contact, you welcome them back. It's a new day. So that whole unconditional regard is, you don't hold grudges, you don't remember, oh, they did this yesterday. You just say it's okay, you're welcome, come back in and make them feel at home and welcome. And I think that really went a long way with my interpersonal relationship with kids. Is they knew that there's someone there that is supportive. Ended up being a trusted adult in their lives, and I might have a bad day, so we all have to give each other that latitude to be who you are in the moment and know that your choices and actions don't define you. It was just that day, and there's a new day tomorrow.
And I would just say, like, being a good relative meant to me, being there for each other. And it doesn't have to be like all the time or with specific things to say, I was kind of like the youngest one too. And so just, I guess, watching those around her, I think, especially like as women, we're like the backbone, we're like, I can't do anything without women. So I think I've always looked up to that and really looked up to those strong women in my life. And just seeing the things that they've had to put up with, but also put boundaries up with, was really important for me. I'm still learning how to do that, but I just think to me that's like the best relative you can be.